Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 5 of Spin the Wheel Q&A with Marcey and Bede. I'm, of course, Marcey, and this is, of course, Bede. Hello, Bede.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Marcy. How's it going?
I'm doing good. How are you, Bede?
Not too bad, thanks. Well, at the time of this recording, just enjoying a day off because it's public holidays. So,
Yes.
but back to work tomorrow. But I'm just chilling today and watching a June exploitation movie and also a Stephen King one for our upcoming next episode of The King Zone.
Yes. So, I'm also very busy with Junesploitation and all sorts of things, but we have made some time and we are back for Spin the Wheel. So if you've not seen any of our previous videos, how dare you? No, I'm kidding. But you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out all the others. It's where I grab my Spin the Wheel app and I'll spin the wheel on a random question and we have to answer it. We're put on the spot and we have to do it. So,
Yep.
Bid, are you ready for me to spin the
I
wheel?
am. I am both ready and terrified for what the wheel is going to give
I
us
am
this week.
scared. I am scared. All right, here we go. Spinning the wheel. What's it gonna be? Do 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 do. Favorite film animal is what we got.
Ooh.
So,
I guess it depends. Is it like just any type of animal, or can it be like an animal character in a movie?
well, it just says
Uh,
favorite film animal. So as long as it's an animal and it's in a film, I think it
mm.
counts.
Okay, I can do this. What would be your pick, Marcy?
Okay, so I have two that I want to mention. But one that I absolutely fell in love with and had an expanded role in the sequel. So I was quite happy with that. I'm just going to do a quick Google because I forget the name. But it was a character I completely loved. It was funny and silly, and I definitely remembered it fondly. And I think it's responsible for one of my big obsessions in life. So, one of my favorite film animals, and I guess technically in a way it's not quite an animal, but whatever, that's technicalities. I'm going with Frank the Pug from Men in Black movies.
Oh,
Yes.
that's a good choice.
Yes, that's who I automatically thought because when Frank appears, it's this adorable little pug and I want a smooshy, squishy face. And then he starts talking and he's like a wise ass and it's amazing. And he had more of an expanded role in Men in Black 2, which is not that great, but I think Frank definitely helps with that film. But I absolutely love and adore pugs. I think Frank the Pug is responsible for my pug obsession. What do you think about Frank the Pug, Bede?
I do like Frank the Pug, and Frank the Pug, had as you said, had a small role in the first Men in Black film, and
Mm.
then got expanded for the sequel. But he's a very memorable character. Like when we first introduced to him in the first film, he's sort of like sitting next to this really sort of gangly, kind of weird looking character, and you think, oh, that's who they're here to see. But then once Frank opens his mouth, you realize, oh, it's actually the pug. It's who
Yeah,
they're here to see.
it's such a good moment, and I just love how wisecracking of a pug that Frank is. And if you can see, I have a pug pillow right there. And
Indeed.
my dog Freddy is half pug. But, I was gonna maybe mention Milo and Otis, but since there's way too much controversy and that movie makes me sad, there was also a pug in that film, and I think that also helped my pug obsession. But when you get to, like, wise talking Frank the pug, like, amazing. I love it. I love him so much. I want to squish his little puggy face. Uh, sorry. And my second pick, because I decided to go with two, just to expand it, have a little bit different. I'm going with, and this is probably going to be a no surprise to anybody, Rocket Raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah,
It counts. He's a talking raccoon. All right.
exactly.
Voiced by Bradley Cooper, and I believe the body movements and performance was not James Gunn, his brother. I always forget his brother's name.
Short gun.
That's it, Sean Gunn. I believe he did all those. But they, from comic or cartoon to like live action, Rocket doesn't feel like it's a CGI character in any way. Rocket feels like a real animal that talks, and he's like Frank the Pug, a wise ass. And he's so adorable, and I want to give him all the hugs because he's so cute. But Rocket has definitely made me obsessed with raccoons.
Yeah.
To the point where I want a raccoon.
Especially with their little hands.
With their little hands, and they want to eat the foods. But, like, I imagine if I had a raccoon, I reckon, like, as naughty as raccoons are, I think he'd be the best behaved of my pets. Because having a Freddy and a Max and Henry, who are the cats, is, like, ridiculous. You'd think there was a billion raccoons with what these guys destroy. I reckon my raccoon, it'll just give him his food, and he'll just sit on his ass all day and relax while the other ones, like, go nuts. But I think Rocket is a special character, and I absolutely just love and adore Rocket so much. I think he's just the freaking cutest. What do you think of Rocket Raccoon?
Rocket Raccoon. It's like, I mean, until Guardians came out, when you hear the idea, it's like, oh, this movie is going to feature a talking raccoon and a talking tree. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah, right?
how is that going to work? But, James Gunn found a way to was able to sort of transport that from the comic book page onto the big screen really well. And I think having, both James Gunn as the body movements of the character. Sean Gunn, sorry. Sean Gunn as the body movements for the character, and also Bradley Cooper, like, finding the perfect voice for that character. It sort of makes it all work. And also, as through the films that he appears in, both the Guardians films and the Avengers films, like, they add a lot of interesting layers to that character compared to how you sort of see him the first time as this kind of smart ass raccoon character.
Yeah, he has a heart and he has feelings and he's adorable and he'll kick your ass. But if you have a prosthetic eye or a prosthetic limb, he's going to steal that.
Exactly.
Just like Freddy, who's over there, who steals everything. Look at him, he's so cute. If Freddy was in a movie, he'd be my favorite movie animal.
No.
But those are the two that I've picked for now. If I remember any, I'll say so. But Bede, what is one of your favorite movie animals?
All right, I think this one might be a little bit of a stretch, mainly because it's not a real animal per se.
Well, even I guess like a mythological type of thing could work.
Yeah, well, I guess for my first one, I'm going to pick Falcor, the luck dragon from the Neverending Story.
It fucking counts.
Yeah,
it fucking
because he
counts.
does. Let's just face it, Falcor looks like a big dog. That's
yes,
what he looks like.
It does.
He's got that.
Yeah.
I don't know what type of dog in particular he looks like, but he just looks like one.
Like a Maltese, like one of those fluffy ones that's been groomed nicely.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Falcor.
Falcor is just one of those characters. He's just so lovable, so wise, and he's just got that really deep, soothing voice. And he sort of cares about our main characters in the films, except the third film, because for some reason they turned him into a big, dopey idiot. But yeah, I digress. That offended me even as a kid.
Yeah, I know, right?
In the first two movies, he's a very likable character, and he definitely has this sort of presence about him. Like he's, just like I said, he's a wise character, and you can definitely feel that every time he talks. And he's got a good sense of humor about things, and he's just very lovable, and it's just so damn cute. He's huge, but he's cute. So I know.
I always wanted a Falcor.
And he loves it when you scratch him behind the ears.
Yeah, I know. Well. I always wanted a Falcor. Like, Falcor is amazing. And speaking of animals from that film, like, I liked Artex, but I think I can relate to Artex on a level that a kid shouldn't have, and still to this day. Like, when that poor horse is in the swamp of sadness and he can't get out, like, how much of a representation is that of, like, mental illness, depression, and you feel like that horse at times. That's your low point. Like, that is powerful shit. Like, I wish I could take Artex and make everything happy for the poor horse.
Yeah, and it's funny now that you say that in hindsight, because you see that as a kid, and it's absolutely devastating, because we think like, oh, it's us losing a pet. But as you get older, and I mean, that scene is still devastating regardless, but when you kind of see it in the context of, depression and all that, it really sort of adds another layer to it. I mean, it should be, because it's called The Swamp of Sadness, of course. But it really kind of shows that in a visual representation of what it's like to go through that, or how what it feels like.
Yeah, but sorry to sort of interject with Falcor.
Yeah,
Falcor is a great pick though.
Yeah, I was thinking Artax, but I thought that's too sad.
I know, right?
But for my next pick, my one is an animal, but it's an extinct animal. And I'm going to pick the T-Rex from Jurassic Park.
Well, that counts. Dinosaurs are animals.
Yeah, exactly. And they did live on the Earth, and they were real. Yes. So,
that's true.
That's the thing. What I love about the T-Rex from Jurassic Park, and I've said this many times whenever we've talked about this film, is that what Steven Spielberg does with the animals in this film is that he doesn't treat them like monsters. He treats them like they were animals.
Exactly.
Like how they behave in situations. And what the T-Rex does in this film is just what a normal, I guess, what we assume a T-Rex would do. And but when you kind of see this scene for the first time, it's like the stark contrast of the Brachiosaurus scene.
Yeah.
When you see the Brachiosaurus scene for the first time, because that whole sense of wonder, like you're seeing this huge dinosaur that for us as kids is like this living, breathing thing, and we're just amazed by it. But then when the T-Rex comes in and it shows it in its full glory, we just get terrified, because now we can see just not only how big, but how intimidating and scary these animals can be. And seeing a T-Rex, like the way how it's used with both CGI and animatronics, it just feels so real. And now, 28 years after the movie came out, it still feels like that every time I watch it.
Yeah, I remember being a kid and seeing that in the cinema, and when the T-Rex was on, it was like the coolest but most scariest thing ever. It's kind of amazing. Like, it still works. Like, I love watching Jurassic Park over and over because it's the best. But yeah, as a kid, that was like the coolest thing, and I was already obsessed with dinosaurs, but I was even more obsessed with dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like it's and it's also, and of course, that version of the T-Rex has just became such an icon in cinema, and
she is,
rightly so.
For real, yeah.
Oh, you're right. That's right.
Yeah, she is, and rightfully so.
Yeah, part of my tongue. Yeah, she's an icon, and she's still around in the franchise to this day, because she was only in the first movie. She didn't appear in The Lost World or Jurassic Park 3, because they were set on a different island. But even then, you still had T-Rexes on there, which is still pretty cool. But the one from Jurassic Park would make a return in the Jurassic World film.
Yes.
So, which is
really very cool. So. And because this is like impromptu, we don't know what question is going to come up on the wheel. I actually have another one, and I completely I'm like, why did I think of this straight away? So give me one second.
Yeah.
1 second. I'm going to sneak off.
Yep. I'm both intrigued and terrified about now.
You should be. All right, I'm going to grab something.
And I like how Freddy's just following you.
Just give me 1 sec.
Yes.
I'm trying to keep this all nice. All right, are you ready?
Yes. Oh, yes.
It's my goose from
Goose.
Captain Marvel, and...
I thought that was Henry for a second.
It is my kitten, Henry.
And it's a Flurgan.
Yeah. I love Goose. Goose is one of my favourite, film animals / flurkins. Because Goose is absolutely incredible. And you can see how much sorry?
Did I say Flurkin or Fergan?
I don't know, it's a Flurkin.
Flurkin. I always keep getting the name wrong, so...
But I love and adore Goose so much that I have that thing of Goose, and then I have a whole bunch of other Goose stuff. So silly me for not mentioning Goose already. But Goose! Goosey, look at the little toys, so cute.
And of course, you got your own real life goose as well with
Yes,
Henry.
I have another ginger cat.
Yes.
But did you have any other ones you wanted to mention?
Oh, that's a hard one. Like, there's so many animals, and I'm trying to think of one, like an impromptu one off the top of my
It's not
head.
easy, is it?
Yeah, because I'd have to I forgot the most iconic movie animal of all time. Toto from The Wizard of Oz.
Well, that is true.
I mean,
Toto.
pretty much when you kind of think about it, Toto was kind of like one of the first really big animal stars, like in the world. And Toto, Toto was there just sort of in the background, looking cute and stuff, but he did help out when he can. And of course, he basically knew the. I always keep forgetting the name of the woman from The Wizard of Oz who hated Toto. I keep forgetting her name, but I know.
Oh, Mrs. Gulch.
Mrs. Gulch, that's it.
Yeah.
She also, the actress who played Margaret Hamilton, also played the witch.
The witch, yeah.
So she plays two characters, and yeah, you can definitely tell Toto really does not like Mrs. Gulch, and then he bites her as well.
Wouldn't you?
Let's just face it, Mrs. Gulch is a bitch. We all hate her. So Toto knows what's up. So, and also anytime Toto's on screen, you just can't help just find him so lovable.
I know. Toto is so cute. And I love that Toto decided to bless the rains down in Africa.
Exactly.
I had to make that joke, but there's so many amazing animals in film. You could say Bruce the shark from Jaws. You could say Cujo.
Oh yeah.
That cat. Not cat. The dog that was in Silence of the Lambs, and it was something else. It's in all these movies, crazy. The dogs and the cats in Cats and Dogs.
Yes.
The beagle that Tobey Maguire voices, it's so freaking cute.
Actually, I just sort of remembered one, and this is probably, now that I think about it, it's probably one of my favorite animals. It only appears in the movie for a short time, but it's a very memorable moment. The rabbit from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
There you go.
Or should I say the killer rabbit?
Yes. Yes.
They go see it, it's only just a harmless little bunny rabbit. And then, of course, the rabbit jumps at them and rips their throats out and everything.
One of the, best known, scenes in cinema. But, stupidly enough, I actually thought of some good ones. Does anybody remember the movie and the remake of Willard?
Oh, yeah. With Ben and Socrates.
Exactly. How incredible are Ben and Socrates? So incredible that Ben got his own song.
Exactly. And his own movie.
Exactly.
Well, if you go by the original Willard. So
yes.
Now Socrates was the good rat, right? And Ben was the bad one, right?
I always get it confused and mixed up, and it's been a while.
Yeah, I think actually Socrates was the good one, because I remember that was the good rat and Ben was kind of the very big naughty rat.
But I think they're very important ones to mention.
Indeed.
But all movie animals are kind of incredible. And just beware if they're in something by Stephen King, because Cujo, obviously.
Especially cats, because they seem to pop up a lot during Stephen King's work. And we've noticed that a lot during our episodes of The King Zone.
Yeah. And if Freddy's ever in a movie, he is the #1 movie animal. Exactly. But, there are so many, I guess.
And it's the remake of Cujo.
Yeah. He doesn't even need to have rabies. He's just crazy as is.
And I like in the background, he's just looking at us are you talking about me, Mommy?
Yes, Freddy. We're talking about you. You want to see... Oh, there. I'll see if he perks off. Freddy, where's your blanket? Yep. I won't say what he does with his blanket, but he's a bit excited by it.
Yeah, well, we're not going to show that in this video because this is G-rated.
No, it's not G-rated, but it's not appropriate for anyone.
He's on the move.
Yeah.
He's on the move.
Freddy too, on the move. That was lame. But yeah, just special mention to the cat from outer space because it's so cute. Yes. And in our commentary, it's just literally me going, "Who's a cute little kitty?"
Exactly. And also in our recent fan-voted audio commentary edition of Tron Legacy, the little Boston Terrier that pops up in the first half of the movie.
And you call every dog a Frenchie.
Well, I thought it was a Frenchie at first until I was corrected.
Yeah. Boston Terriers look different than Frenchies. They have the big ears and the pudgy face.
Well, to be fair, how the camera showed that Boston Terrier made it look like a smushed up Frenchie.
It did. Well, I think that wraps up this installment of Spin the Wheel Q&A. I had a lot of fun talking about movie animals and showing off my goose.
Yes.
Shush goose. As always, you can find us right here on our YouTube channel at Super Network. So please subscribe and like the video. If you want to tell us what your favorite movie animals are, let us know. We would love to hear from you. You can check us out at supermarcey.com. And we'll thank our sponsor at the Super Network, Surfshark VPN. And if you so desire and you're looking for an awesome VPN where you can get your awesome online privacy as well as check out other, streaming libraries, use our special link for your 81% off 2-year subscription. All you need to do is go to surfshark.deals/the Super Network and you can get in on that awesome action. So thank you to Surfshark VPN.
Surfy shark do 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 do. Surfy shark do 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 do.
See, if there was like a shark in a movie that had, the song, that'd be awesome. But I don't think you could put, Jawsy shark do 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 in Jaws. So
Exactly.
Thanks everybody. Please tune in next Wednesday, as we are here every Wednesday with this show, for us to spin the wheel and see what questions we'll answer. Until next time, I've been Super, Bede's been terrible, and as much as we might have enjoyed Milo and Otis as kids, it's a bit too fucked up to talk about anymore.
Except for me, I like talking about fucked up stuff.
Bye, everybody!
Everybody, bye.
Bye, I'm not talking to Bede anymore, bye!